Hey, hi guys, welcome back. All right, so Aquarius, let's start with this deck. All week I've been doing videos that are like, all about the inner animal. That was what I did for the first video that I did for you guys this week. This is your second. By the way, I always do two, or at least always try to get two videos out for each zodiac sign. If you ever wonder about that, please do check the Aquarius playlist because I usually always get two out each week for you guys. So your first one was kind of about the inner animal for Aquarius, and now this one I'm going to use my own instinct and see what we get. So I may not go with traditional meanings of cards. Let me scoot that over because it's going to go kind of like off of what I see first. Okay, so kind of a fun. I love this style of storytelling where it's just a little bit more out there, a little more free. So obviously, I mean, it looks like the story of Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, right? The only thing is, and this is maybe crazy, but I feel like she's calling in the Big Bad Wolf. Like maybe somebody is saying, give me that bad boy, give me that bad girl. I want them to come and chase me. Heck, I'm hoping that they're stalking me right now. Sorry, I don't mean stalking in the creepy, horrible, illegal way, but rather I hope that they've got eyes on me. I hope that this person who's got like a bit of an edge to them, they're kind of smoky, they're sexy, they're mysterious. I hope that they're looking at me with a little bit of like, you're sexy, you're smoky, you're mysterious. Here you are in red, and I can't take my eyes off at you. Like, that's what Little Red is thinking in their mind is, I'm not scared of this person. This person is someone that I want to capture the attention of. I don't know what just happened to me there. Um, that's kind of a crazy thing but that's the vibe I get off of this is like I hope that person's thinking of me. Is this like going to be one of those storylines then where we have like that smoky, sexy, like, the longing looks? Oh, we have the World card. These two could be at a distance. This could also be somebody who says, I want to change the way I've been behaving. Maybe my whole life I've been a little on the shy side, and maybe I've always, gone after people or had people come after me that were, I'm not going to say dull, but like, I've always been the person who walks the straight and narrow line. And truth be told, I would like to I don't know, be more flirtatious. I feel like somebody is finding themselves single and they're surprising themselves that the things that they are attracted to might be a little bit different than what they would have been attracted to prior to now. And I want to know about that wolf, obviously, because hopefully somebody is not saying like, someone who would not treat me well. I'd like to experience that. I don't think that's the case. We got an Ace of Pentacles in the reverse for the wolf. I don't know. I feel like this has been ongoing for a period of time. This kind of. So let me explain. The reason I'm saying that I think that the Little Red would actually like the wolf to be thinking about her, kind of, sweating over her a little bit. Him or her, I don't actually read for genders, but I think the reason I'm saying it that way is because this is in the subconscious and it's a major thought in the subconscious. And I don't see fear here. I see a hope that this person is thinking about me. And if this has been ongoing, it's like we don't have this new beginning where something's being offered. Instead, I almost feel like it's like, well, I want this person to be more a part of my world. They've already been somehow in my energy flow, and I like it. I want that. I want more of that good. So let's just see. I don't know. This is something where Seven of Swords. It's a bit of a cat and mouse game. Acting like I'm not looking your way. We keep getting, no matter what deck I use, we keep getting things where it's like there's something in the forefront and there's something else behind, right? Both of these individuals are pretending. I'm not going to say straight up lying, but pretending that they're not intrigued, pretending that they're not watching each other, when in fact, I think they both are. But I do think interestingly enough, I do still think that Little Red is saying, I hope that this person is paying attention to the directions I'm going. I hope. But I don't know, why is this person basically lying? Because I feel like this is the wolf over here. You know, I'm going to even say there might be gossip about this person that is not true, because the ravens are kind of like little messengers. But I feel as if, I don't know if there's mixed signals. I definitely don't feel like these two are communicating. Okay. I do not feel like these two are really talking. I feel like everything is that energetic under the surface. Like, you know, my spidey senses tell me they're interested. I'm interested. I've always had them on the back of my mind. Maybe now that I really am identifying as like single, footloose, and fancy free, I'm more intrigued by this person. They're kind of taking up more space in my thoughts. Or this is how they're feeling about Aquarius. You know, it's like, man, I hope that Aquarius is thinking about me, because I'm sure thinking about them. I have been for a long time. There hasn't been any offer made, but there's some kind of maybe mistaken information being spread about whomever the wolf person is. So we'll just keep going, and I'm just going to refer to Little Red versus the wolf. But right now, this is the wolf for me, is the person who's dipping out. We have a Four of Wands. There might even be some gossip that is incorrect about, oh, well, you know, so and so is in a connection, they're in a relationship. I don't know that I think that that's true on this one. Let's see. And I only say that because the lie comes right before it with that Seven of Swords. No, we have a Six of Swords and we have a King of Swords. Actually, okay, so let me put it this way. In this story, remember, these are fictional stories. I'm not a psychic, but in this story, it's interesting because I almost feel like this is going to produce a blockage. So if this person hears through the grapevine, through somebody that is not even correct, that, oh, well, so and so, the wolf is actually in a connection with somebody else, I feel like this could make Little Red say, okay, then I need to stop thinking about them. They're already taken. And yet, I'm not 100% sure if that is completely true, because we do have this King of Swords here. It's one of two storylines right now, and we're going to pull another card in just a minute. But if Little Red hears from someone, the big bad wolf actually is in another connection. Don't mess with them. They are a big bad wolf. And she goes, oh, okay. I thought they were a smoky, sexy, mysterious person. I didn't know their mystery was that they had some other relationship that they're deeply committed to. Okay, thanks for the info. And then those same birds that spread that piece of gossip could actually say, but why don't you come here and meet this individual, this King of Swords, which would be a great match for an Aquarius, right? A fellow air energy here. The only thing is, if they're not correct in that, it could have one of two consequences. Either if the gossip is totally erroneous, that can alter the direction that this Aquarian's life is going to go, but it could still end up really great, right? It could go, and they could wind up meeting somebody else that's a wonderful match for them. But it may also make them leave behind a person that they never really knew the truth about. So I want to say, I mean, to me, this is a storyline where we started out with some intrigue. So it's not a surprise that we would still have intrigue, some, other people putting in their 2 cents. We're not really sure what's real, because we're never sure what's real unless we ask a person directly. But this romance, I'm going to say, this smoky intrigue between Little Red and the wolf, I don't think they ever got to the point of having like legit conversation that would have answered anything. Here's the thing. We do have a Seven of Cups in the reverse, which I keep seeing that Little Red is going to be the one who says, oh, okay, so now I don't have to think about the wolf anymore. Maybe this is protective. Maybe even if it was gossip that wasn't correct, maybe this is all happening for the highest good of Little Red, because Little Red is getting out of their head over the wolf. And I was not sure how I felt about the wolf anyway. We can all understand like somebody who would have like that animal magnetism, right? And still there's a part of us that goes, oh my gosh, I'm so turned on by this person, but they're not really approaching me. I don't really know their story. They're very mysterious. Are they? And we could get tangled up for years waiting for the mysterious person, where we've even concocted a story about who they probably are, how sexy and great they really are. And if we don't really get a chance to get to know that person, we could waste years basically like constructing an identity for someone simply because we don't know anything about them, but we know that there's some vibe that they're looking at us with those eyes. But maybe this person never takes action on anybody. Maybe this person isn't who we think they are at all. You know, we wouldn't know unless we got a chance to start taking action. And in this story, it actually looks like whoever that smoky person is that doesn't take action, it's almost like even if gossip comes along that isn't true, it may still impact our Aquarius to look in a different direction, but it could be all in the greatest and highest good, no matter what. Now, sideways, we just got the 7 of Wands and we have the 4 of Swords. I gotta say, there is still this air of disappointment, and maybe it's because it's like, I don't know who this person really was. Maybe I believe some gossip. Maybe I feel a little bit bad about that because I'm not really sure. Did I ever talk to this person? Did they ever? It's almost like in bed at night, we kind of think about this. You know, it's like, okay, well, I guess now I'm supposed to be silent. So here's the thing. If Little Red felt such a pull toward the wolf and doesn't really know who the wolf is, let's go ahead and let's just ask. I feel like we should change decks. Let's change decks. Why was the wolf even a part of Little Red's life then? You know, like what was the purpose in this? 6 of Pentacles. It may be to help Little Red get onto a path where they're going to wind up with somebody who is a good match for them, who is a balanced, harmonious partner. Which, like I said, this King of Swords who seems to be sitting up here at the top of a mountain, out there enjoying the fresh air. There's nothing hidden or wolfy or smoky about this person. This person also, this individual has, they come across as like a really free spirit. They come across as somebody where everybody talks good about them. You notice there's owls and birds and hawks and ravens all around them, and they wear kind of like this awesome vest with some plumes themselves of the birds. I feel like this person is well respected. They could be someone who is a little older, but they actually have a very youthful appearance because they actually have gray or silver hair and beard, but nothing about their body posture, nothing about their physique appears to be older. So I feel like this person could be someone who is like their old soul, or they actually are older but super youthful in energy vibe. And maybe that's why they match this. If this is why the Aquarius is ending up meeting the wolf, it is all because it's helped push them into something that's truly balanced. Now, unless let's change our question a little bit. What was the bond to the wolf? What was the attractive energy between Little Red and the wolf? Basically, what parts of their character are drawn together? Oh, we have King of Wands, passion. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and say undeniably there has been a sex appeal between these two. Her red cloak echoes their red cloak. Both of these individuals actually have a really good heart also. They have a passionate component to them where it's like, I see myself in them, or I see that warm-hearted energy. So even, I think that that's what they identified with in one another. Like, you are a sexy, passionate person. And I want to say this. 2 of Swords. Sexy and passionate, but what I was about to say will fit in beautifully with this. Sexy and passionate, but understated, like nobody would know what kind of red blood you got coursing through those veins. This is like both the wolf and Little Red may have a tendency toward being like very cool, calm, and collected on the surface. Nobody would know that behind closed doors that we've got a tigress here, or a tiger. It's like the passion that they would share with a mate is maybe off the charts, but it's tempered with, like a sincere love. But I feel like both of them maintain an air of, well, they're both wearing capes or cloaks here. I feel like both of them temper that, and people don't necessarily know that about them. And then they spot each other and it's like, you're one of my kind. You're the sexy, smoky that nobody would guess. You're the person who's got a little extra pizzazz to them, and it especially is enticing because you come across as so, like professional, so cool, so calm, like not bringing flirtation into the workplace, totally a professional in daily life. But when you choose a mate or a partner, it's like it's total abandonment, total wild energy there. And I feel like that is the draw between these two. Like, I spot one of my own kind. You're super passionate, I'm super passionate. Not everybody gets that about us. And I want to say that because it is like the hidden aspects here. And it's been this allure because it's like, man, I wonder what it would be like if I was with them. I wonder what it would be like if I was with them. And I think both people kind of like maybe fantasized about what that would be like if I were with that person. Are they the passionate lover that I think they are? But I kind of think that this was a bit carnal, the attraction here. And hey, we're carnal beings, right? There's not any big shame in any of that, at least in my opinion. I thought that's half of, what we're supposed to be is, hungry to experience life and have passion. That's a beautiful side of life. But I definitely think that these two recognized a similar quality in that carnal instinct between one another. And at the same time, we're like, wow, I'll bet that person shares like that aspect of themselves that I have, that we don't show that to every person. So I think that there was an attractive energy vibe here, right? But keep in mind, we got to go back over here and we got to take a look at and my impression is that Aquarius is like, they're turning over a new leaf where they're actively saying, I want a really passionate life, passionate love affair. Maybe Aquarius was trapped for a period of time in a kind of a space where they didn't get to explore the passionate side of life. Maybe it was, past partners didn't really match their vibe. Maybe they just didn't end up with the kind of partners that they actually truthfully would like to have now in their life. So they're drawn intuitively and instinctively to another passionate person, because that's the thing. I feel like this Aquarius wants to explore the passionate side of life with someone who, there's reciprocity there. Okay, so I want to know a little bit about that Seven of Swords with the gossipy aspect, because I'm still unclear on. Let's stick with this deck for a hot minute. Seven of Swords. What is that all about? Eight of Swords in the reverse. Hold on. If this wolf is actually in a commitment, Two of Wands, you know what? It doesn't look like it was gossip. It does look like maybe the wolf, especially since they've turned away and they're wearing their hoodie, it does look like someone almost gives a warning. Like this bird comes in and squawks and tells Little Red, hey, that wolf that you think is so smoky, so sexy, don't get tangled up with them. They haven't told you yet, have they, that they're in a connection? And I feel like that is to help Little Red get out of their head over this person. Because if this person sits in this place of, I'm feeling like I'd like to change partnerships, but I don't know what to do, this person may live in that space where it's like, maybe they are in a connection where for whatever reason, they're not sure that it's exactly right for them, but they're also not leaving it. So they just sit in a land of indecision and give mixed signals is what I feel like with this. And I feel like this bird squawks and says, no, don't get caught up in that person's smoky vibe, because yes, they are smoky, but that's all they are, is smoke. I mean, are they a passionate person? Sure. Could we have an attraction and they have an attraction for us? Sure. But is it really going to go anywhere? Somebody is saying, yeah, no, this person is on again, off again with some relationship, but they never really admit that they're in a connection, but they also don't necessarily admit that they're not. They're in limbo land. So careful, don't tangle with somebody who's in limbo land, because aren't they just going to stay in limbo land and maybe enjoy flirtation or something like that? Possibly. Or this person just needs to figure out what they need to do for themselves. But I feel like that piece of information, so it's not gossip per se, it actually is a message that comes in to help the Aquarius go, oh, okay, so that is a smoky wolf. They are attracted to me, but they're in some situation that they don't know what they're doing. Well, that's not for me. So thank you very much. And heck yeah, I'd love for you to introduce me to some awesome friend of yours. I'm ready to meet somebody for sure. Why wouldn't I? I'm no longer, thinking about that person. If they're entangled with somebody else, doesn't matter how much attraction there is, I ain't touching that mess. They need to get themselves right. They need to do right by that partner or whatever their entanglement is. They need to deal with their stuff because I don't want them bringing their dirty laundry to my house. So yeah, introduce me to some awesome King of Swords. Heck yeah. You've got a friend who you think I'd like to meet. I would love to meet them. So I feel like our Aquarius is just, they're being helped to get on that path that I think is going to be better. But I do want to readdress this one last time with the Seven of Wands sideways and the Four of Swords. I feel like they stop interacting. Aquarius stops interacting with that smoky wolf. But I just feel like there's a little period of time where it's like, but they're still kind of thinking about it. And what's the message on that, if there is one? Ace of Wands in the reverse. It is like this. It's a little bit of a bummer because it's like, man, but I thought that person was like one of my kind. I thought, it could have been this really awesome, hot passion. And I really wanted to explore that because I still felt a vibe with this person. But this is just, it's fading because it's like, hey, passion, sure, I want to share that with someone, but I also want the respect given to me. I want the respect given to whomever, anyone I deal with. I want to know that they are a respectful individual, because that's the whole point. If we're dealing with an Aquarius who tends to keep like their passionate life private, the last thing they're going to want is someone who can share passion with them, but maybe has all these other entanglements that could then create real havoc. Like the whole point of being someone who's a little bit more like reserved, because that's special, that's sacred, that's not as something that we just share with the whole world. So we definitely would like it to be like whomever I'm going to match with is someone who understands like what goes on between us is between us. And so I think that they are slowly actually losing a little bit of passion and interest for this wolf, because they're thinking about it that way, going, also maybe they're not really one of my kind, because I don't live in a place of in between passion. I either, if I'm passionate about this person, I want something to happen with them. If I'm not, then I'm not going down that road. But I don't want to sit in limbo land. And if this person, this wolf, is content to sit in limbo land, then probably we don't share the same quality of passion. We may share the same quantity, but not the same quality. And I think that the Aquarius is like, well, of course they'd be turned on by me. Look at me. Look at all my good. Look at all my yum. Whatever this is, of course they would be attracted to me. That just means they got good taste. I feel like our Aquarius is able to like make peace with this really quickly and let this whole thing go, especially because let's go to that King of Swords now. Tell me about this King of Swords that they're being introduced to. Five of Wands. This person could be quite an intellectual. This could be really fun conversation. This could be somebody who has interests and hobbies that are things we've never been exposed to before. So it could be really fun. Again, look at the passion on this card, but you notice that it's all these wizards, basically sparring and testing their magical powers with each other, but it's all done in like good energy vibe, right? I feel like we could be whoever this king is that we're being introduced to, which is probably all thanks to whomever the ravens are. The ravens could be the messengers or the guides or the angels or whatever. Whomever squawked, and maybe even inadvertently, because I kept saying that this was like it was some kind of like gossip. Whoever squawked and actually told the Aquarius something that helped them make a decision about letting go of the idea of that wolf. It's either that same person somehow winds up introducing the Aquarius to this King of Swords, or it's just another different guide or somebody who comes along, and it's like it's through some other friend, it's through some other meetup group or something that Aquarius is introduced to this person, and it turns out this person is extremely enticing in a whole different way. This person, they challenge the Aquarius, which is great because Aquarius is so intelligent, they're so independent, a very unique thinker. This person would be such an awesome match because we could banter. in ways that, I mean, in sexy banter, good, like intellectual conversation could turn out to be way more fun than that smoky, looking at somebody from a distance, wondering what they're thinking of us, but never getting to dialogue, never getting to conversation. I feel like this is going to be much more satisfying because it's more of like a meeting of the minds and that little bit of a challenge where we get to spar a little bit. We get to enjoy each other's like intellectual conversation. And we may even have, instead of like this smoky, like it's just, it's just being highly charged with sensuality. This is like, we're able to interact in a public setting and have still like this opportunity to like really watch each other interact with others and see the quality of who we are. And I feel like, I don't know if this person has like something that they do, a performance or something like that, or vice versa, but I feel like there's a chance to kind of like show a skill set. So I want to say the relationship that develops between Aquarius and this King of Swords is one of like mutual admiration for skills, for this can be cards of how we deal with obstacles, how we practice our skill set. I almost feel like we share similar hobbies and interests that are actually all about bettering ourselves, and it's the relationship that we see forming and developing comes from like interactions like in the real world that actually are producing something of benefit for us. So it's not just a steamy romance where it's like, oh my gosh, I just stare at this person, they stare at me, but we never get to talking, and it just plays out in like the 5D realm, all this idea of what a great kiss it would be. I don't feel like that's this vibe from this King of Swords at all. I feel like this is a totally like a truly beneficial relationship because we're both learning, growing, challenging, and having a ton of spark of passion here, right? I mean, this is all wand energy. So it's like if Aquarius was ready for passion and they said to the universe, I want more passion in my life. The universe is like, okay, what kind of passion do you want? Because you can have the passion that maybe doesn't really go anywhere, but it's passion. Or you could have the passion where this is going to be a ride. This is going to be exciting. This is going to be a trip. This is going to be like, I think that no matter what, this King of Swords, because they're the one in the upright over here, I think that this situation has way more potential. Magician, Six of Cups, oh my gosh, and King of Pentacles. This is the one that really becomes, I'm going to say like the love of a lifetime. This is the one where we realize we are soulmates. It didn't come out that way at first. At first it was like, this could be a kind of, we meet this person and we think, well, that's an interesting person. Boy, everybody sure respects them. Wow, I can see why this person is really talented. Let me show them what talents I've got. And I just feel like this is all built on mutual admiration, mutual skill set, mutual hobbies, interests, exciting things. And then from there, the attraction is suddenly like, holy smokes, you are one of my kind. You are the soulmate. The wolf was the sexy, smoky, fun fantasy, but you're the real deal. This is what I've been waiting for. This is the connection that I wanted. This is the stable thing. It's not just based off of puffs of smoke and, intrigue and drama that goes on in the back of my head, but it never becomes anything. This is something in the real world. This becomes like an actual tangible relationship, and it's built on more than just passion. Like passion is great, right? But it's built on more than carnal energy. It's built on something that lasts longer. It's built on genuine mutual, and I want to say enhancement of one's own life and skill set. I love the fact that connecting with this King of Swords, it's not like, okay, the focus of my life is to be in a relationship. It's like, if I'm in a relationship, I want somebody that brings more value to my life, broadens my horizons, introduces me to new flavors, new smells, new sights, new sounds. I want someone that enhances and complements my life. And together we see more of the world, not less. We don't just get locked in some, like all consuming fiery passion, but we don't actually, look, I want to say that if we had entertained an idea of going down the road with that smoky bad boy, bad girl, wolf energy. A connection like that, if and when if we'd entertained it and then it ended, I don't know that we would have much to say for it other than, well, we had passion. Whereas a connection with this King of Swords would be like, oh my God, the amount of memories I have with this person. Like, we went here, we did this, I met their friends, we were on this team where we competed in this, I learned that, I got interested in that, then I picked up a hobby here because they were into it. I have like we have photos, we have memories, we've been places. Whereas everything with that wolf would just all be up in here. It was like it never became very tangible other than maybe passion, but it didn't become memories that were life altering because it expanded my horizons. It made me think about the world in a different way. So I think that's why I'm like cheering right now for the King of Swords vibe. But it was in the upright, so it looked like the better choice. Anyway, as always, guys, these are fictional stories. I hope that you enjoy my storytelling. If you do, please do give this a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for being here. And as I always say, like, if you ever are not enjoying a story, please click off. Don't ever listen to free entertainment that gets you in a bad mood or anything. As I always mention, only you will decide what your story will be. So no matter what you hear in this, please know this is not going to be your story because you get to choose that. And I hope that's empowering to think of it in that context. And thank you so much for having fun while you're here because that's super important to me. All right. Bye, guys.